So here I have the option of having the power coming in from the solar panels with this extension cord going out to my minivan where the batteries are and the inverter is, or house power, house supply, which it is right now. And I have it hooked up to a kilowatt so I can actually see how much it's used, and that looks like 200 watts. And that was from about 9:30 last night. This is a good hour of intermittent air conditioning use. It's a 5,000 BTU GE. I think it's almost 10 years old, or it's somewhere in there. It's really done well. No cats outside in this area. We have like 4 rescue cats. We had 6, or 7, but 3 were vanished. Here's my previous system. I had 4 in parallel with these sets of connectors, but now I have these 4 in series and these 4 in series, so it's 20 20 20 20. So in series that's 80 volts, and then these are parallel connected together, so it's 80 volts going into the Renogy MPPT charger, and then these are the other 4 with 80, and each is about 5.7 amps. So 5.7 amps and 5.7 amps. And now we can check on the cabling. Here's the parallel connector for the 2 sets, and the other one is over here. So that's the 2 sets in parallel, and I'm planning on mounting those on these nice kitty cat paw traced planks. This is also found items. Yeah, I should be getting a pretty good wattage with the sun coming up like this. It's kind of hazy. There's our luxurious backyard. Here's where they go into the minivan. So I'm working on getting these connected via ports. I kind of want to just do it like an RV with ports right here and here and here. In, outlet, solar out for the house. Here's the actual report data. So I'm getting 8.63 amps right here. Went up 8.99. It's zooming right up because the sun's coming out. There's 79 volts. So this is a 100 volt limit on the Renogy 40 amp. Unfortunately, this I didn't realize, also has a 525 watt limit on the solar input, so it's going to max out once the sun comes up, because I have 800 watts. But the only way to get 800 watts on this unit is to use a 24 volt battery pack, and my batteries are connected in parallel, so it's only 100, I'm sorry, it's only 12 watts DC, 12 volts DC. Whereas if I reconfigured them, I could have 24 volt batteries, but then I would need a 24 volt inverter, which are not cheap. So I'm kind of stuck with some indecision. I have this fan, this USB powered fan. It's not USB powered, it's USB rechargeable. It's got its own battery pack, but it doesn't last all that long. You can see what it is. ROH, everything's made in China except for democracy. Apparently they don't allow democracy. That's the DC load. Here's the amount that amp hours so far is 2 amp hours already. It's been connected for about 10 minutes. And that's the DC load. That's the battery voltage, 13.1, so it's healthy. This seems to be off. It says 99% for the battery, so I think I misconfigured it, because this is the battery monitor, which reports 57%. I have a real issue with this LED display, because this black and white stuff going on with the battery symbol makes it really hard to read. But this says I have 11 amps going in at 145 watts. And then these are the 4 HQST 100 watt solar panels. So that's 400 watts. They're not connected right now. And this is the system that I'm using right now to switch between the HQST mounted on the minivan roof and the backyard panels. It's this SAE connector. So this is the nice, and it's got a cap, but I have it inverted because the polarities are opposite for the solar panels on the minivan roof. And I could just switch between the here's where they go to the circuit breaker and on into the charger. So it's easy enough to switch this. I just switch the circuit breaker off and switch them back and forth. And then this is the handiest thing, is this connector separator. It really takes the stress off of these little kind of crappy input ports that Renogy has. I guess a lot of companies use this, but they it's so easy to joggle those loose, and so I determined that this would be the way to go. So let's see what we have going on now. So it's a 11 amps. The sun's rising. Soon it'll be more amps. And 78 volts. So it's looking good. I just switched it over from the parallel connecting systems, which was giving 20 or 40 volts. I'm sorry. 40 volts and like 40 amps, which is apparently a less healthy setup than to have the higher voltage and the lower current going through the cabling. So it's coming along at 11 amps and 149 watts. So it's been up to the 525 watt limit when it gets nice and sunny. And then I have zero, it uses zero, it doesn't use the battery at all at that point when the sun's nice and high. Because this is Spring Valley, which is right next to San Diego, so it can't get much better than that. Maybe Phoenix. Phoenix probably gets more sun. There are my tools for this area. It's up to 12 amps already. So I have just been throwing these in here.